Welcome back to the mod that lets you get infinite upgrades on a single tower. We're talking about the Ancient Monkey made by Laz and Lynx, so shouts out to them. Always gotta give a quick TLDR in case this is your first time seeing it, but basically, how this Ancient Monkey works is there's a panel down here where you can add weapons / upgrades, new abilities, increase their stats, or more in the extras here. I am going to plop open the extras panel and direct you to the bottom, where I'm going to do some self-imposed rules this time. Basically, this tower upgrade at the bottom just gives me higher rarity weapons / upgrades to start, so we're talking higher tiers. So for that, I've modded extra money so that I can buy the first two. The second one, as you see, costs $1 million and unlocks some mega upgrades and more stuff. So because we're working with basically $1 million head start, I've started on round 37, and I've also set the rules of this challenge. I guess there's no rule panel, but the mobs, just know, are 10x the HP. Let me also reset us back to normal starting cash, and I have started on 37 so that I give myself maybe 2 or 3 rounds of buffer room before dealing with a 2000 HP mob, alright? So, first weapon. Seems like the lowest rarity is an epic, and it gives us the approximately $4,000 value towers. I'll do dark... No. I'll do icicles, because round 37 has leads and camo, so just gotta make sure to cover both bases here. But there is enough money to buy a second weapon, and for that, I think Operation Dartstorm is the way to go. Although a mob glue would be nice to slow stuff down. As you see, the cost for weapons gets higher and higher, so there's only so much more I can buy before. I probably should look towards stat bonus, because this is not going to work in 2 rounds from now. And with this mod, there's also the chance of a gilded upgrade, which basically gives a special effect and multiple times more damage on that weapon. And gilded big one gives a shrapnel. The difference between a gilded and non-gilded is honestly pretty, large, so it's pretty much a no-brainer. They gotta go for that gilded there. 1 round left. We can still buy a few more weapons, and I like Mob Shredder. I just don't know if it'll activate if there's no balloons in range. How about an ability also? There's a chance we get a first strike, but we did not. Kinetic Charge is also pretty good, I think. That's Rosalia's ability, in case you're not aware, which detonates, a certain amount of damage, depending on how much damage you do to it in the first place, so I think with all this stuff here, Kinetic Charge probably adds up to a good amount. Let's do 1 stat bonus. I kind of want to shy away from using stat bonuses on this one because I know it's they're very broken. Because you take a look on the right side here, you can get 5 damage for just $200, $500, and all those other mini boosts, but 5 damage is big, and I think we'll do 1 more weapon and then blast off. The best mob damage here is probably Laser Cannon, so we'll get that, and we'll play with 1k coming into this round, and well, that disappeared quickly. Okay, correction, I made a major mistake. Apparently, I thought the mod I used was able to set mob HP, but apparently the HP cannot be changed here, so that was a normal mob, and that's why it one-shot it. My bad. So to compensate, I'm gonna have to skip to a later round with, the same amount of money. That way, we don't just breeze through everything. 4,000 HP ZMG, I guess is comparable, but it still died that quickly, so I don't even think 80 rounds is, reasonable here. Dare I say it, around 100 already? Yes, with just, $4,000 worth of actual weapons. This here should be a good indicator of Ancient Monkey in a nutshell. I think we are gonna pop it, but hang on, before that, I need to get camo. So I saw a guild attack zone, but there's no camo on it, so let's just quickly get a Sticky Bomb, because I am worried about those DDTs, yes. Abyssal Warrior, I don't think works on DDTs. 1 more. Super Glue? Oh, I'm dead. Okay, well, that's my bad because I didn't prep camo in advance. And I knew that was an issue, and also I forgot to use the, Kinetic Charge. That would have popped it earlier and maybe allowed my non-lead popping to hit. So let's take our time now here, shall we? Okay, no damage, but just money making. I'll pick Ben and around cash. Let's do a weapon because there's 3 here, and Gilded Spike Balls looks like what we need. Double production, and also lead and camo. No camo, so just Moab glue for support, maybe. And then strength boost. We'll do 11% attack speed, 1 more strength, 5 damage. Once again, I feel like the flat damage bonuses are way too OP, so I will limit the amount I use them. Kinetic charge now? I probably waited too late, but this should do it, right? Oh my god, camos are still really, really, really bad. Now, I am trying to solo, and that's why I'm not adding stuff like, say, a submergent support. I think it makes more sense that way. Otherwise, if we just cover all of the infinite upgrade monkey's weaknesses, then what even challenge is there? Before I buy more DDT popping. Lord of the Abyss is not DDT, but I'll get it anyway. That's a funny looking ancient monkey now. Some of these weapons, like, they don't change the art of the tower itself. Seems like Lord of the Abyss does, though, and I'm glad Lord of the Abyss does do that. Now we got a mythic or a legendary. I'll do Desert Phantom. I'm dead to camos again. So maybe I do have to actually do a submerged support, because this is nullifying like half of my weapons. And I guess there's not much I can do about that. I don't know how many more camo-led upgrades we need, but Gilded Bomber Ace here is that. Explosive darts, but it might have lead popping, but it might not have DDT popping. Even though what it says here, I'll try anyway. But I have a feeling it's gonna lead to a bad result, and yeah. There are so many weapons that just don't, like, you need outside help. Because I'm gonna get a Bez, but it's not gonna help me. I'll do one last ability, but if I die here again to, like DDT is, there is not much I can do, but maybe finally, like, give in and add submerged support, I don't know. I believe a Perma Phoenix is camo though, right? Or is it just not gonna hit? Yeah. It just feels like we have absolute zero DDT and 0, like, upgrades that showed up that would help nullify that effect. So yeah, just F it. Here's a 400. Apologies for the hella scuffness, but sometimes with Ancient Monkey, you just don't know what you're going to get. Some runs you might get very lucky. Some runs, maybe you over or underestimate the difficulty of said things. Ultimately, like, this all comes down to luck. So yeah, that's all I'll say. Some runs will just be trivial. Some will look like a nightmare. I think Benjamin's also giving 5k at the end of the round, so that is kind of a crazy amount. But I guess considering new weapons will cost 6k and higher, I guess 5k is pretty tame in comparison to the scaling there. Anyway, there is also more in the extras panel. Just as a quick refresher, I can buy luck, buy a gilded chance, and make money per round with the cash generator. So I'm gonna buy a lot of luck. Getting this early means overall the value of my weapon choices will be a little bit better. And I guess one gilded. We'll stop there for now. Buy a new weapon, and we're still stuck at epics. I mean, I'm gonna just chalk it down to unlucky there. Plasma Blast now, and even with the submerged support, why are we taking so long? Well, okay, it makes sense. Like, all the submerged support does is it gives us the utility for, like, say, Moab glue, super glue to hit, but it doesn't actually increase our DDT popping directly. So I gotta work on that. Now we can just ignore the camo indicator on all upgrades, but just look for known DDT popping. These two are not, so easily a BRF. And then Gilded Permacharge, perfect. This does have lead popping, so it does work, and the Gilded effect is twin rings, so that means double the power, times however much the Gilded effect is. In preparation for the bads next round, rally off 3 new weapons. Number 1, I did add an extra weapon slot. Easiest choice of my life, a Mythic Mat, although Chrome Mob has some merit, because it buffs the other towers around me. Bloons Incineration, I believe, is the best bad, and a Paragon. Goliath Doomship, here we go. I don't know, again, what degree or how much damage it is, but it's a Paragon, so surely it's gotta be better, and I don't know whether or not it gets buffed by the strength upgrades, but since I'm not going to buy those anyway, until it seems like we need the scaling on, like, the plus damage, then, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter whether or not that Paragon gets buffed or not. Another 3 weapons before the F-Bat spawns in. Before that, let's try one ability. We've got a Carpet of Spike. Not Carpet of Spikes, not to be confused with that. So I assume we get one spike ability. Just kidding. But see, we're getting so much more luck now that the Paragons are showing up. So how about that? I don't know if the non-exceed code gives the ability to, like, cool things off faster. So I will just pick the triple MF. Number 2. I don't want another Goliath Doom ship. We'll do a Legend of the Night. And then number 3. Apex Plasma Master and Spillway. Yes, please. If this bad pops before it even gets in here, I think we ought to jump to a deeper round. Because, yeah, it just barely got in. But with that said, I think we should still jump forward. And Apex Plasma Master is not as good as I thought. Didn't bounce around the crater here. So now jumping forward, prorating the amount of money we would have got from Ben and around cash, and the balloons coming in. The weapons the abilities are so cheap, so we should probably buy many of those for our 32k weapons show up. You see 15 rounds finally seems to make a little bit more of a difference. Bads are actually taking a tiny stroll inside the crater for a little bit. Another ability now. We got 2 perma abilities. I think a UCAV might be better. That's just my guess. I'll do a mobile limb, even though Poppin' Awe is a legendary. Technically, mobile limb is better single target, so that's why. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad's not just taking a stroll. They might be heading towards the exit. That's like halfway through now. So we gotta rattle off 3 more abilities here, or upgrades. We'll pick up a true Sun God effect. We'll pick up, how about another Legend of the Night. And this is all my money. Whether I want Glaive Dominus or Master Builder, Glaive Dominus does have a bit of utility, so I'll pick that. I like how I said that, forgetting the fact that the Master Builder also has a stun, while not as good as a Boomerang knockback. I don't think the weapon here gives the mini sentries, which is what I was thinking when I think about Master Builder. I think of it as support in the Power Glove and the sentry damage, not really the nail gun stun, but that is a thing. For the record, in this updated mod, there is much more than just godly weapons. There's still, I think, several more rarity tiers that we have to keep spending a lot of money for. So, with our 2k banked up now, how about we go and find an Omega glitch? Am I sure I want this? Notes. I think I want it. What's it gonna do? Spawn a black hole in the middle? Well, I got it. And I don't really see an effect right now. Let me just see if I set accessibility to 100. I turned it down because obviously this is what it looked like if it was 100. There's too much crap on the screen. But I don't see what glitch does, at least so far. If anybody else is able to figure out what's going on, then do let me know. It's just hard when there's a lot of things in the way and it's in the moment. So, can't really tell. And also, I think we're gonna die, like, without buying more strength. So, let's finally upgrade our existing weapons. So, we'll buy 2, because I've been slacking a long time. There's an 8 damage one. That should be enough to give us, like, at least, I don't know, 15 more rounds now. New weapon. Another Omega, but this time, it's not like, how do I say it, mysterious. It's just, yes, you get boss essences now. At least, I'll call it an essence. Just like Rogue here. Once again, I bought Vortex, but it's really hard to actually see the effect of what Vortex is actually doing when we have 30 other weapons on screen. Is it even working? Again, there's a small chance that with mods, it eventually breaks when you get too much on one tower. But if it does break, at least we get half of the satisfaction of, like, seeing said new upgrade pop up in the first place. Like, yes, that does matter to me. When I see a rarer upgrade show up, makes me feel good inside for a little bit. Like here, Mega Blast Populus, great to see. It creates infernal heat waves that occasionally become stronger. So, I'm gonna assume a Ring of Fire effect. But, again, we can't really see that. It might just be invisible or not working. But I'm gonna have to assume that the Vortex effect is right now what you're seeing with, like, the insane knockback on ZMGs and all. I don't think, at least from what I've been seeing, that existed before I got Vortex, but once again, I could be inattentive. Around 195 update. these bads are still getting very far, so I'm not sure what we have, how much of a chance we have against 200. I will give you an update on my luck. I'm very close to max 100%. I'll buy one more to make it 95, but man, each upgrade just is very expensive. And it's more than the cost of one single weapon. I'm going to use all 98k remaining to buy a next weapon. Actually, it's 98k probably rounded down, so wait, I can't click it. There we go. Choice of 4 godlies, 4 paragons. Which one did I not get yet? I guess not Nautic Siege Core, so I'll get that for, I'm gonna assume, the main attack. And I also see a preemptive animation, so every balloon coming in, I assume gets a little bit of damage ticked on them. Also, hold up. I did not see that when I opened the extras panel immediately or last time, but take a look at the bottom. That didn't exist before. Tower upgrade, $10 million, unlocks glitched weapons, and resets the cost of L1 upgrades. Well, I don't have $10 million, and that's not something that's feasibly affordable unless I went into boss levels of farming, so maybe I'll mod that in after, just to take a look, take a gander. I'll say this much, if our current weapons fall, then we'll check that out with $10 million. Here comes the F-Bad. See if I need any extra stat bonuses. Right now, it exits on the top right, in case you're wondering. Seems like we have a decent amount of track length to spare, though. So probably at least 15, 20 more rounds in us. But again, I can get strength to last a little bit longer. I do want to chill on that, though. So I'll stop there. Buy a few more abilities, though. Because, right, I didn't show you yet. There's abilities, like, that are godly for Paragons. Nice Chinook. But I think Spike-Ageddon is better than Final Strike. Yes. I'll buy 2 more abilities before calling it quits. 1, Bad Harpoon. Yes, please. Number 2, dang it, no Paragon this time, but I don't know, Pirate Lord. Probably not the best choice, but whatever. So many new tools to play around with, but how many extra rounds does it really get us? Spawn in the Spike-Ageddon. We hope it's high enough degree, and I think it definitely is. Like, that F-Bat just disappeared, did it not? Spike-Ageddon for the win. I think I'm almost certainly going to die, though. Like, at a point where I'm just short of getting it up, because these spikes don't last that long. And the ability cooldown seems pretty long to the point where, yeah, we're gonna lose all spikes for a good portion of time. A friendly reminder that Spike-Ageddon is 4 times as powerful on this map, because there are 4 entrances and 4 exits, so Spike Paragon does scale with that. Makes sense why it's so OP, but okay, here's the issue. Look. I still have like 30 seconds left before it comes back up, but there is an F-Pad this round. If I don't target that down, is there a strong targeting? Yes, there is. Then we're dead. It's exiting. This is it. This is it for us. Unless you get a lucky bad hook, but nope. The end happened. Well, it was a good run. Time to mod in some money. This mod only lets me get like $1 short, so let me pop one thing first. There we go. And then unlock the glitched upgrades. It resets it now to 250, so let's see. No glitches yet. I'm just gonna keep buying until I find it. There we go. Glitch Sniper and Glitch Spikes. Very interesting looking sprites. I bought the spikes, right? It's, again, hard to see when there's my accessibility is at 38%. But it does seem to have made a difference. It popped earlier. The only issue is that I don't have Vortex to somehow. Oh, I guess it's because of the range, right. But didn't Vortex do a knockback out of range? I don't know, but F it. Glitched Boomerang, we'll add that. We'll keep looking for a glitched, otherwise just pick the highest rarity crap. A 3rd Glaive Dominus. Another Godly. Glitched Dart. There's no indication about what this even does. Other than that, it is glitched. You'll just have to assume it's working and helping. Although, personally, I feel like the Spike-Ageddon is doing way more than what any glitched is doing. Glitched magic now. Again, I do not even see those projectiles from those glitched upgrades. Because of that, I'm just going to end that run and give you a quick glimpse in Sandbox about what glitched actually does. Because I'm curious myself, so Sandbox allows me to just skip all of them and pick whatever weapon I want. So it was glitched first, I guess, Dart Monkey. We'll see what that does. Spawn in the Invis Balloon and damage. 600,000? Okay, 100% the mod bugged out, because if it was doing 600k, then it would have wiped out the 200s. Crazy that the test balloon like doesn't have enough HP to see it long enough. I'll do a test Moab. That only does 100k, but the spike didn't disappear yet. Oh yeah, it's definitely way more than spike than Dart Monkey. Okay, so I guess the moral is, or the conclusion is, glitched upgrades are just millions of damage, which makes sense why they cost $10 million. Okay, that's the end of this episode. If you have any other ideas for Infinite Upgrade Monkey, because it can lead to a lot of different conclusions every time, then let me know. Otherwise, check out the first video on the update of this mod if you missed it over here.